Have you ever found yourself reflecting on the relationships that shape our lives as we grow older? In a world where friendships shift and life circumstances change, one of the most powerful things we can cultivate is confidence in ourselves. Today, we'll explore the deeper meaning of self-reliance, the unshakable bond with a partner, and the joy children bring to our lives, while remembering that they aren't our everything. Together, we'll uncover how to strengthen our sense of self, nurture meaningful connections, and embrace the independence that brings real happiness. Through heartwarming stories and valuable insights, this video will guide us in fostering joy and fulfillment in our golden years. We're not just surviving, we're thriving. So let's dive into this journey. Before we begin, if you find this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss these valuable lessons. And don't hesitate to share your thoughts or stories in the comments below. If something doesn't resonate, comment with number 0 and let us know how we can improve. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Confidence in ourselves is vital as we grow older. As we journey through life, the one constant we can truly rely on is ourselves. In our youth, friendships surround us, offering warmth and comfort. It feels like we are always supported by those we love. But as the years pass, relationships change. Some friends may drift away, leaving us to navigate the ups and downs of life alone. There's an old saying, rely on a mountain, and the mountain may crumble. Rely on a person, and the person may leave. This teaches us an important truth. Depending too much on others can lead to disappointment, especially when they're no longer there. At some point, we must learn to stand strong on our own. The ability to rely on ourselves builds resilience, a quality that becomes even more important as we age. Let me share an ancient story that illustrates this beautifully. A man went to a temple to pray to Avalokiteshvara, hoping for divine help to overcome life's struggles. To his surprise, he found Avalokiteshvara praying, not for others, but for her own strength. This moment holds a deep lesson. Even the divine seeks inner strength. It reminds us that true power comes from within, not from external sources. Every one of us faces challenges, no matter who we are. Life brings its share of trials, and no one is immune. If we rely too much on others, we may find ourselves without the strength we need when it matters most. Many of us hope that our children or family will take care of us, but we must recognize that depending too heavily on them can create its own challenges. While it's natural to want support, over-reliance can weaken our sense of independence. Excessive dependence can lead us into a trap, making us feel powerless and unable to stand on our own. True strength comes from self-reliance. When we cultivate the ability to care for ourselves, we regain control over our lives, which is key to living confidently in our later years. By embracing self-reliance, we can meet the changes of aging head-on and thrive, instead of merely getting by. Through this process, we discover a deeper sense of fulfillment and meaning in life. Being confident in ourselves doesn't mean we reject help from others. It means knowing when to accept support and when to take charge of our own happiness. Building a strong network of friends and loved ones is important, but we must stay anchored in our own abilities. When we trust in our strength, we're better equipped to face the uncertainties of life. To cultivate confidence and self-reliance as we grow older, we can incorporate several intentional actions into our daily lives. These practices focus on building inner strength, independence, and a sense of personal empowerment that sustains us through the challenges of aging. Morning reflections can be a powerful tool to start each day with purpose and clarity. Begin each morning by spending 10 to 15 minutes in quiet reflection or meditation. During this time, affirm your strengths and capabilities, reminding yourself that you have faced and overcome challenges before. Speak words of self-encouragement, such as, "I am capable of navigating this day with confidence and wisdom." Doing this daily helps shift the mind from relying on external validation to embracing personal resilience. Setting an intention for the day, whether it's to approach difficulties calmly or to be independent in decision-making, can reinforce this mindset. Journaling is another practice that deepens self-awareness and fosters independence. Set aside 15 to 20 minutes each evening to reflect on your day. Write about any challenges you faced and how you handled them. Consider how you solved problems on your own and acknowledge the moments when you stood firm in your decisions. This regular practice of journaling can reveal patterns of strength you may not have recognized before. Over time, it becomes clear that you are fully capable of guiding yourself through life's uncertainties. Writing down thoughts also allows us to process emotions and release any anxieties about relying on others for validation. Another action we can take is developing new skills or reinforcing old ones. Engaging in activities that promote learning and self-sufficiency is an excellent way to build confidence. Dedicate time weekly, perhaps an hour or two every Saturday morning, to learning something new. Whether it's a practical skill like cooking, gardening, or using technology, or a creative pursuit like painting or crafting. These activities reinforce the belief that we can still grow and improve, no matter our age. They also remind us that we have the power to enrich our lives without waiting for someone else to provide fulfillment. Exercise is another critical component of self-reliance, both physically and mentally. Commit to at least 30 minutes of exercise 3 to 5 times a week, whether it's walking, yoga, or light strength training. Physical activity enhances not only physical strength, but also mental resilience. Knowing that we can care for our bodies as we age fosters a sense of independence. Choose moments that fit seamlessly into your routine, such as morning walks or stretching in the afternoon, and celebrate your body's ability to move and thrive. Lastly, setting small, achievable goals is key to maintaining self-confidence. Every month, make it a point to set one personal goal that pushes you to rely on your own capabilities. This could be organizing your living space, managing your finances more independently, or learning how to handle something that you've typically asked others to help with. Like troubleshooting technology. These goals should be realistic and actionable, with clear steps to follow. When we complete tasks that we've taken full responsibility for, the satisfaction reinforces our sense of self-reliance. By integrating these actions into daily, weekly, and monthly routines, we cultivate an ongoing sense of confidence and independence. Through reflection, skill building, physical activity, and intentional goal setting, we gradually become more self-sufficient, empowering ourselves to navigate aging with grace and strength. If you're still with us and this message resonates with you, drop a number 1 in the comments below to let us know. Thank you for taking the time to listen. And let's pass to the second point of our video now. Number 2. A partner becomes the most important companion as we enter old age. As life unfolds, the relationships we build with family, friends, and colleagues add richness to our journey. But as we grow older, it becomes clear that our partner, the one we chose to share our life with, emerges as the strongest, most constant presence. This bond, cultivated over years of shared experiences, becomes essential, providing both emotional and practical support as we face the challenges of aging together. In the beginning, love feels exhilarating. We're drawn to the excitement, the passion, and the thrill of discovering someone new. There's an urgency to be close, to experience everything together. But as time passes, love transforms. The fire that once burned brightly matures into something deeper, something that doesn't fade but grows stronger. What was once intense emotion becomes a partnership, built on understanding, sacrifice, and shared history. The connection between us evolves into a powerful, unshakable bond, one that sustains us through the later chapters of life. As the years pass, our partner often becomes the one who remains by our side when others have come and gone. They are there to share both our triumphs and our sorrows, providing a steady presence in an ever-changing world. And when we reflect on the importance of this companionship, there's one story that truly captures the depth of love and devotion that a true partnership can offer. The story is about a couple who faced the heartbreaking reality of Alzheimer's disease. As the wife's memory began to fade, the simplest tasks became overwhelming. Confusion and frustration became part of their daily life. But rather than leaving her to face this struggle alone, her husband made a choice. He would remain at her side, not just as a caregiver, but as her unwavering support. He devoted himself to her well-being, finding ways to bring comfort and calm into their home. Recognizing that music had the power to soothe her troubled mind, he taught himself to play the piano. Every morning, he would sit beside her and play soft melodies that filled their home with warmth. Each note he played was chosen with love and care, creating a familiar space where she could find peace in the midst of her confusion. His dedication wasn't about grand gestures. It was about the small, everyday acts of love that held their relationship together in the face of adversity. Their story reminds us that love, in its truest form, is about being there for one another. It's about showing up when things are hard and staying committed even when the road ahead is uncertain. True partnership isn't measured by how much we give, but by how willing we are to stand by each other through life's toughest moments. Over time, love becomes less about romance and more about presence. Being there, day after day, with empathy and care. There's a saying that speaks to this. Young people live for love, but the elderly live for gratitude. As we age, our relationships shift. We begin to value the companionship that offers comfort and peace, knowing that our partner is the one who will remain beside us, no matter what. In moments of joy and difficulty alike, they are there, reinforcing the idea that love and connection are what carry us through life's final stages. Number 3, children are a tremendous blessing, but they are not everything in life. They bring a deep sense of joy and fulfillment, filling our hearts with love and pride. Watching them grow, celebrating their achievements, and seeing them flourish is one of life's greatest rewards. Yet, as we enter the later years of our lives, it's crucial to understand that while our children will always remain a significant part of who we are, they are not meant to be the sole source of our happiness or fulfillment. Relying too much on our children for emotional support can create an imbalance in the relationship. Society often promotes the idea that as we age, we should depend more on our children. However, the reality is that our children are on their own journeys, building their careers, raising their families, and navigating their own paths. While they love and care for us deeply, their lives will inevitably pull them in different directions. When we anchor our sense of identity and well-being solely in our role as parents, it can lead to feelings of loss or emptiness when their focus shifts to their own futures. Our primary role as parents has always been to guide and prepare our children to be independent, resilient, and capable of facing life's challenges. It's not about making them responsible for our well-being as we age. When we place too many expectations on them, we not only create unnecessary pressure for our children, but we also risk losing the sense of freedom and independence we should be enjoying. This dynamic can lead to an emotional dependency that drains the joy we could otherwise find in this new stage of life. Sylvia, a British psychologist, wisely pointed out that a parent's love is given without expectation of anything in return. This truth resonates especially as we grow older. Our love for our children should always remain selfless, offering them the space to live their own lives without the added burden of responsibility for our care. In doing so, we also reclaim the responsibility to pursue our own happiness and fulfillment, independent of their lives. Many parents fall into the habit of intertwining their emotional well-being with their children's lives, becoming so reliant on their connection that when the children move on, parents are left feeling empty and alone. We must learn to accept that while our children will always bring joy and love into our lives, they cannot and should not be the only source of it. To maintain balance and inner peace, we need to nurture our own joy, build our own sources of fulfillment, and live independently, so that every reunion with our children is filled with love and lightness, free from expectation or pressure. Children are a cherished part of our lives, but they cannot and should not define our entire existence. Our love for them should enhance our lives, not limit it. When we embrace our own sense of independence, we allow both ourselves and our children to thrive. Our relationship with them becomes stronger and more meaningful when it's based on mutual respect and understanding, rather than need or dependency. As we grow older, it becomes increasingly important to recognize the strength that comes from nurturing three key relationships: the one we have with ourselves, the one we share with our partners, and the one we maintain with our children. Each of these is vital, yet none should dominate the others. When we strike this balance, we create a rich and fulfilling life, grounded in love and independence. Let us share you a story of Mary. Mary had always been the heart of her family. As a single mother, she devoted herself entirely to raising her son, Daniel. She attended every school event, cheered at every soccer game, and was always there to comfort him during tough times. Her life revolved around Daniel's needs and dreams, and she took immense pride in his accomplishments, viewing them as reflections of her dedication. As Daniel approached his high school graduation, excitement filled the air. He had been accepted into a prestigious university, and Mary couldn't have been prouder. However, with the excitement came a twinge of anxiety. The thought of Daniel leaving home filled her with a sense of dread. She worried about how she would fill the void once he moved out and started his new life. After graduation, Daniel left for university, and the silence in the house was deafening. Mary found herself calling him daily, sharing her feelings of loneliness and often reminding him how much she missed him. At first, Daniel was understanding, but he soon began to feel overwhelmed by the emotional weight of his mother's dependence on him. He wanted to focus on his studies and new experiences, but he felt guilty about leaving his mother alone. One evening during a phone call, Daniel gently said, "Mom, I love you, but you need to find things that make you happy too. I can't be your only source of joy." His words struck a chord with Mary, and for the first time, she realized she had been relying too much on her son for emotional support. It was time for a change. Determined to shift her focus, Mary signed up for a painting class, something she had always dreamed of exploring. As she immersed herself in creativity, she discovered a newfound sense of purpose. The vibrant colors and brushstrokes allowed her to express her emotions, and she found joy in her own accomplishments. Mary also began reconnecting with friends, planning outings and activities that brought laughter back into her life. When Daniel came home for a visit, he was taken aback by the transformation in his mother. She was now vibrant and full of stories about her artistic endeavors, eagerly sharing her latest paintings. Their conversations shifted from her loneliness to her adventures, and Daniel felt a weight lift from his shoulders. He could now enjoy time with his mother without feeling responsible for her happiness. In the end, Mary learned that while children are a profound blessing, they cannot be the entirety of one's existence. By pursuing her passions and rediscovering her identity, she not only enriched her own life, but also fostered a healthier relationship with Daniel. Together, they celebrated their individual journeys, appreciating the bond they shared without the burden of dependence. We must be cautious not to depend too heavily on any one relationship for our emotional well-being. Even leaning too much on our children can lead to emotional strain. Instead, by fostering confidence in ourselves, maintaining a strong partnership, and loving our children without imposing expectations, we can find true contentment and peace. This is what we all should aspire to: a life filled with love, freedom, and joyful connections, where each relationship is honored and appreciated for the unique role it plays in our journey. As we bring today's exploration of self-reliance, partnership, and the joys of parenting to a close, let's pause for reflection. What insights have stood out for us? Consider one meaningful takeaway from today's discussion that you're eager to embrace. We invite you to share your thoughts in the comments below. We're excited to hear how you plan to incorporate these ideas into your life. If you found this video inspiring, please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more uplifting content. Thank you for being part of our community. We can't wait to connect with you in the next video.